Welcome back to another episode of Full Volume. We are so excited for this one. If you're somebody who thought they knew what they wanted to do with their life, you tried it and you realized, not for me, I actually want to do something else, this is a great one for you. Today we have Susan Shields on the podcast. She is a Austin legend. If you know Nate's Baked, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Susan is a ball of energy. She is so much fun to talk to. She has such a cool story and is so open about her life. She's been in the food and bev industry since she started her career after making a pivot. This was a really fun one. We had a great time. If you like it, please make sure to subscribe to the show. And welcome to Full Volume, episode 11.
Hi, Susan.
Hi.
Welcome to Full Volume. We're so excited that you're here. So for context, for anyone that doesn't know, which I don't know why you would, Susan was my boss, actually, so fun. And honestly, still wish I worked there because it's so much fun. But how would you describe what you run? Coffee shop, bakery, catering?
I think it falls under the cafe.
Okay.
But I think people get out of it what they need. I mean,
Yeah.
it is, for some people, it is a coffee shop. For a lot of people, it is a bakery. For others, it is full-blown catering. I think it is what the guest needs it to be. But I think first and foremost, it's coffee shop, probably. But if you look at the menu, it's going to be big enough to cover a cafe.
Yeah.
Yeah, with breakfast and lunch.
Did it start with all three, or was it started originally with just the catering?
It started just as a catering company.
Okay.
Nate and I started a catering company right after our daughter Lux was born. We both worked in a restaurant at night. And he went and started working day jobs so that we could cover both. And he worked at amazing places in town, at Hotel St. Cecilia. He worked at Counter Cafe.
I love that place.
Sandra Bullock's restaurants. He worked in a bunch of places. And then we just had a number of guests that I knew from Vespaio waiting tables there that were just looking for small catering, and we started a small company, and then that's when we moved into the space on Orchard Street. And then the landlord really said, "Well, you should take the whole building. You should take the whole thing." And we were like, "We're too smart to open a restaurant. We worked in restaurants long enough.
About that. Yeah, it's
Not
so
going to do
hard
it."
to
Yeah.
run
And then,
those.
of course, first thing we did is turn around and open one.
It's a cool variation of a restaurant, though.
It is.
Because it's like you're getting to do the cooking and the service without like the actual waiting of the tables, but kind of, because it's very personal. You drop the things off.
Yep.
It's cool. It's your own medium. I feel like y'all figured out.
I think we figured out a nice in-between without nighttime service and, a bar and all of that. It's plenty. It's
I'm
plenty.
sure, well, because
Really
it's like
is.
3 different things to operate. So y'all both still run it together, or who covers what, I guess, is my question.
Nate's really in charge of the kitchen and
Okay.
at least the baking side of it. I've really come pushing forward in terms of the savory food that we serve, and I think that's just because I spend more time there, so I see what the needs are and what people are looking for. But in terms of like the sandwiches that are on the menu and the salads and the salad dressings and those kinds of things, and not to low talk Nate, but sort of the healthier side of things, I definitely, and a great example is like the breakfast bar that we did. We took one gluten-free item off, and I said, "I need to replace that." He goes, "How about a breakfast cookie?" And I was like, "Sure." And then he said, "How about a breakfast brownie?" And he gave me this just recipe for a breakfast brownie, and I'm like, "Great, move over." And I just made it gluten-free, I made it dairy-free, and I ran it with the morning baker, like 10 or 12 iterations. And now it's this almond butter, dried cherry, chocolate chip, pistachio bar that is one of our...
I haven't had that yet.
No, you need to...
It's gluten-free and dairy-free?
Both. It's amazing.
Wow.
I saw like a grown man in his 50s pull up in front of the joint the other day, get out, come in, and buy one breakfast bar. And
That's all he was there for.
I said, that tells me something about that breakfast bar. I'm like, why would you drive to that teeny little shop in your car, get out, and go get one item? That means it's good.
That means it's really,
Y'all
really
do
good.
gluten-free really well. That's honestly, not that I was like surprised, but gluten-free baking is very hard. I remember you even told me one of them was an accident. Was it the cinnamon rolls?
Cinnamon
are the
rolls
best
was an
thing in the-
accident.
They're so good.
Because it was heavy almond flour, light potato starch, and Nathan actually messed it up one day and just flopped those two ingredients, their measurements, and when the potato starch went up and the almond flour went down, that's when it hit. Like that's when it was like
so crazy.
white and light and fluffy and like a cinnamon roll, not sort of dense and granular like almond flour was giving it. No, it's one of our, I mean, there's 3 top selling things, you know, the cinnamon roll, the blueberry scone, kind of the breakfast bar and the breakfast sandwich. But,
Okay, right, with the frittata.
it's funny because we've really, after, it took a long, long time to settle on the menu. And I think because we came from a catering mindset, we were like, what do you want? We'll make whatever you want. And really, you need to have a set menu. Just for systems and cost and inventory and all of that.
But
So
do you think that that's what kind of is a part of y'all's special sauce is you are so accommodating to a lot of customers. I've seen, you know, people like request certain milks that you keep back there
yeah,
for them.
yeah,
Or stuff's ready at the same time every single day.
yeah. And I still let people text me.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's not. It's
I don't
probably not how most people
Yeah.
would do it. But
I love it though. No, and I think that is one of the things that is the
text you
most
their order.
is the most unique. No, I love it, Lauren.
Lauren. Oh, Lauren. Yeah, she's still over there.
I love
yeah.
it. And it, you know, because it's like it's so invested in that community that you're in. And it's how long have y'all been in that one location?
Just it's 10 years. This is coming March will be our 10th anniversary.
Wow.
But you know, a lot of that too, we survived through pandemic, and pandemic was a completely different set of rules. Like, if someone ordered 3 cookies from me, I was going to make sure they got 3 cookies. It was survival mode at its finest, and that's when I allowed or invited or begged so much of the just personal, like, I would send menus out. We're doing this week to everyone I knew on my phone. Please share it with 5 people. And if we had just counted on them coming to the shop and ordering a blueberry scone, we would have never made it. And I had to get very creative and very outreach and very personal with people. And that phone, as much as I want to throw it away sometimes, and so there's still some of that in me that, like, if they're taking the time to send me a text and ask a question, why wouldn't I help them? It's going to create something down the road that is, or it just is what it is.
Yeah.
And everybody really pushed me also towards online ordering, and I have not done that, and I don't think I ever will. And they can text me an order, and we get to say things sometimes like, if I scroll back, I can like, what's up, Morgan? How are you today? There's so many things that are limiting about the way that I'm handling it, but they're better in many ways.
The trade-off. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a couple of people that order and send like, you know, Diana Ross memes. I mean, like, it's just more fun.
Yeah.
Right? And I
Yeah.
think that that's always been our way of handling guests in general.
For sure.
Is not like, what'd you get? Here's your order. I have always wanted it to be, they can get a cup of coffee and a muffin anywhere in this town, and increasingly closer to us all the time.
Yes.
So you have to make them feel a certain way. And they, you know, I read something the other day and it said, your favorite coffee shop is where you are their favorite guest.
Oh, that's sweet.
And it's absolutely true. If for even one moment somebody feels like they see me or care about me or know my name or remember that I get cold brew or remember that I'm getting something different today or any of that is the entire game changer, because you're not going to get that a lot of places.
Most places.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember this, but I started coming to see you right after the pandemic because that was when I moved back from college.
Yeah, and you got your early morning job.
Yes.
Downtown.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, of course I remember.
I was telling her this story this morning because I would get in the car, drive to work. I always stopped past Nate's, and I went there like a little bit when I was younger, but after college, I drove past there every day, and that was when you gave me your number the first time.
Yes.
Because you were like, just call me.
Just
and
call
tell
me.
when you're on the way, and I'll make you your thing. And
Yep.
that was when my phone number used to just say, when I would call people, it just said Chandler.
Just Chandler. I was like, you're like Cher. Yeah. Just one name. I'm like,
Just
how do you
one
get
name.
that?
I know.
How do you get your phone? I
still
want
don't
mine to
know.
be
It
just like
whenever I call people, it just says
Chandler.
The Chandler.
Yeah.
So she gave me her number, and I would just call her and be like, I'm on the way.
on the
and
way.
she'd make the cold brew, and at 7:30, I'd run in and I'd pay, and then I'd run out.
and I used to get in trouble all the time for being a little bit late to work, but now you open at 7.
Yes.
And I don't want to say that I had a hand in that, but,
Yeah.
but I'll never forget that because you wanted to go there every day because
Yep.
I liked seeing you, and
Yeah.
I thought that was such a fun way to start
Yeah.
the day. And it's the best coffee in
pretty good coffee,
in
yeah.
Austin.
It's
But
the cold brew.
Yeah.
Like, it's a labor of love, and you can tell it's awesome. That's also the reason that I wanted to work there because
Oh, she liked it
so
so
we're
much.
best friends, and
Yeah.
I was at school, and I hadn't really spent that much time at Nate's.
Yeah.
And Chandler was like, no, like if you need a coffee shop job in the summer, because
Yeah.
I worked at BlackRock.
I know exactly where you
Yeah,
were.
very corporate. Had the headset on.
Oh, yeah, no.
And she was like, you don't want to do that again. I know where you need to
Yeah.
go. Just go talk to Susan.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And I walked in and it was the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And then I worked there and it was the exact same thing. And
Yeah.
it was so much fun
Yeah.
to be part of that. Or just even like little things that I wanted to ask you about. So the locals discount, that's
Yeah.
so cute. Like for people that you get to know, like
Yeah.
what a way to show them.
Yeah.
And then also you have a system for food waste, right? I remember that.
Yeah, we do. Well, I mean, we try to do. I mean, if you look at it in a restaurant way, there's a
Yeah.
front door and a back door.
Yeah.
Like, so you are always kind of got your eye on the back door. Like, if instead of just certainly tossing that, there's got to be another way. And I have to say, having a food business, having catering kind of lying underneath all of that, certainly for a small business, let's say you don't sell all the brownies, shift that to catering if you can. So you have this out for things that either aren't selling, or you've got catering coming in and you are like, let's do a great veggie couscous for them. Let's find a way to use that in the shop. So to have the shop and catering kind of side by side
Yeah.
allows little cross mingling. But the other, and I waited a long time to be part of a food waste reduction program because I didn't like a lot of it. It felt like putting it out back or being part of one of the fridges downtown or whatever that was, that felt heavy. It just felt like a lot of work, and it felt honestly kind of dangerous. Like you just don't want to give your product or leave your product somewhere. I just was uneasy about all of it.
Yeah.
Until there's an app, and it's huge in town now. I think it's huge everywhere, but it's called Too Good to Go. And it's basically people buy $15 worth of a business's product. They pay $5, we get $3. So at the end of the day, whatever's left over, a couple biscuits, super buns, whatever it is, you make a bag that would equal $15 worth of product if you were selling it to them, and we get $3 for it. Couple things about that. That's better than throwing it away, A. B, I'm wildly surprised by who uses this app. It is not what you would think.
yeah, okay, that was my question. Who are the
All
customers?
kinds of people.
Really?
All kinds of people. Students, nurses, people who live their lives trying to help reduce waste, food waste. Like they eat that way.
My mind immediately went to just like charitable causes.
100%, or low income people, or that's
Yeah.
where my mind went.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, wow, you're getting a Too Good to Go. Lots of waiters or servers and people that work at the brewery behind us, they sign up for a Too Good to Go because they come over to our place and get like stuff. You know what I mean?
I've
Like,
never even heard of this app till now. I'm gonna
it's
check it
really
out
cool. I think
just
it
to see what it's
started
about.
in the Netherlands. There's a couple of little loopholes that I'm like, I've called and said a thing or two, but by and large, not wasting that. And I mean, some places, HEB does it. They give away like 100 bags a day. They're called surprise bags because you don't know what's going in it, and you can't curate it either. Like people go like, well, I'm a vegetarian, and I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Like you get.
You're basically getting it.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah, kind of. So, but it on many levels, it also brings people into the shop
Oh,
who
that's
would not
cool.
get there otherwise. But there's restaurants all over town that do it.
That's good though. I think that because otherwise, it just goes in the trash.
It generally just goes in the trash.
Yeah, and that's
So it's better waste, but it's also money that like would have not been made otherwise.
Oh,
So,
they
it's
pay
great.
out quarterly. But sometimes it's $900, $1,000 that I'm real happy to see for one use or
Yeah.
another. I take it pretty seriously now, and we do 3 to 4 bags a day. I mean, so we don't, but you add that up over a quarter.
Yeah, that's great.
Plenty of
That's a
money,
great little
and
side
it's
hustle.
yeah, exactly.
How did you even get into food in the first place?
That's a great question. I moved to Austin to go to grad school at UT.
From New York?
From New York.
Okay.
Well, I took a departure. I had 2 years in Dallas. I was a reporter in New York City after getting out of NYU. And I was
that a fun job?
It was if I had been good at it. I had the dream job. I worked at Variety. I was an entertainment reporter. I was the assistant to the theater editor. I was on track.
Did you know that?
No, I.
Do you not talk about this?
If somebody asks, I
Yeah.
do. But I was really, really, really not good at it.
Why?
What about it?
I wasn't secure enough in myself, I think. Reporting in general was not something, I wanted to be a writer, I think, and I thought that I should be a reporter because that was cool and it had meaning and it had purpose, and I thought and I just was like, you want me to call somebody and ask what? So they worked with me. They tried very hard to find things. I was really good at reviews. Like I got to write music reviews and television reviews. I was fine at that, but they had all kinds of editors and writers. They did not need me doing that.
What year was this?
Yeah, thanks. 1990.
No, I'm only asking because
93.
Yes, because I feel like the 90s, early 2000s, being a reporter or working at a magazine was the coolest job.
It was cool.
Especially in New York.
It was very
you
cool.
were a really cool girl.
I was, and I was
Variety.
also so insecure, and like I did not. If I was me now, I would kill it.
Watch out.
But
Yeah.
I had so much more learning as to how to be secure in yourself, and I wasn't even close to there yet. I only became that when I started waiting tables. If I can be very honest with you, I was not.
Interesting.
I wasn't well spoken. I wasn't funny. I wasn't necessarily very quick on my feet. I was a really hard worker, and I was a people pleaser, and I would do anything to get the job done, but I didn't have any kind of like, I just
so funny.
wasn't any of that.
You have so much pizzazz. That's very surprising.
You wait tables for 20 years. I mean, it's
You have to.
you have to. And I remember the very first time I got pushed towards a table, my trainer was like, get up there and it's Friday lunch. Get up there and offer them a margarita. They're going to drink. And I was like, oh my God. You know, just doing that. And then over and over. And then the realizing how fun it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that I always really wanted to have fun at whatever it was that I was doing. But I got out of grad school and pretty quickly was like, I cannot go sit at another office. I don't want to work in an office. And I was pointed towards Vespaio, which had just opened. And I literally made up a resume of restaurants that I had worked in New York. I'd eaten in them. I'd never worked in a restaurant in New York City, ever, not once, not for 1 second. I had this whole laundry list of Union Square Cafe and places that I worked in.
Oh, she said Union Square Cafe. That.
Were you ever scared they were gonna like call and fact check you? People don't do that, right? Or do they actually?
I don't know.
I don't know if they do that.
They
I think they
might.
threaten to do it, but I don't know if they actually do it.
Unless there's cause for concern. I don't know why they ever would.
I didn't worry about it, I guess, at that moment. And they hired me. And I mean, but like, I didn't know what, like, the ingredients that they were using at Vespaio back then. I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to chop an onion. I didn't know what chev was. Like, I didn't know anything. I literally faked it.
What was the learning curve like on your first day or week?
Well, I was pretty organized. Like, I could run a section really well, and I could carry 4 drinks, and they were all kind of like, you know, Vespaio back then, when it first opened, was just wild. I mean, it was full-on personality. It was a party every night. It was a scene.
It was magical.
It really was, and I couldn't believe I got to be part of that. I mean, people were smoking everywhere, and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Iconic.
So I just kind of quietly just ran a really good section and was so very excited about the food and to learn. And I mean, back in the day, like, I would go to the farmers markets and grab all these weird ingredients and bring them in the back door and give them to the chefs, and they would the next night, just because they thought that was fun, they would be on the specials. I mean, Alan, and
cool.
then very soon after I started working there, Ryan Sampson, who owns Vesperosa out in Dripping Springs now. It was truly a magical place. I mean, everybody was kind of high all the time, and everybody was it was like a show putting it together. For the people that hung out there, I mean, there wasn't really a cool place to hang out, but all the musicians hung out there, politicians. I mean, it was special.
How crazy that it's not there anymore.
It is crazy. It makes me. There was a bit of time right after it closed that in my head I kept saying, I don't want to live in this town if Vespaio isn't in it. Like it, even more so than Nate's Baked, even more so the place where we created it. Nothing will have as large of an impact on me as that restaurant, and the time that I spent in that building, in that place with those people. I was there almost 14 years. I watched it change, but the essence of everything wonderful about that was, to me, what was wonderful about Austin, and that is no longer there has marked what is changing about Austin, and I'm not super interested in it. They're losing it. We're losing what has always made, and people have been saying that for years and years and years, but I got to tell you, it's really true.
When designer stores started going into South Congress,
Yeah.
and then when Vespaio announced they were closing, I was like, what's going on? Like,
Actually, what's going
happening?
on?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Did you guys do like a party or anything?
Oh, they had a huge,
Okay, good.
big
That's
weekend
good.
full. I didn't do all of that. For me, I went on the last night, and I just wanted to stand over by the wood burning oven. And for me, a lot of the real magic of Vespaio was the way that it sounded. And that's why, restaurants will talk about, like, if you'll never say, like, oh, it was slow. You never say that. You say it was quiet. You never will say. And restaurants are very much, you measure them by the way they sound. And that place was truly special when it was humming along, and you could hear everything. You could hear the sizzle of the pans. You could hear the kitchen yelling. You could hear the dish. You could hear everything clinking and clanging along, and the door and the people and the music and the bar and the martini. Like, when all of that together was a most special sound. And I hear that some at our little place, like when the bell rings and I'm yelling about something, and you're steaming this and knocking out shots, but the way a place sounds, I think, matters a lot.
I love that. I wouldn't have stopped to think about it, but yeah, it's incredibly poetic and very true.
That's why if the music's not loud enough, or there's no music, or the lights are too bright, or just all of it, all of that sets an immediate tone for what feels good.
Did you think about all of those pieces before building Nate's? Like,
Absolutely not. I had no idea. We had no idea what we were doing.
yeah,
I mean,
what was the process of starting it, coming from, like, I guess you were totally part of Vespaio, but you weren't running.
Is that where you met Nate?
Yeah.
Okay, so this place is really
Oh, yeah.
everything.
No, Nate and I worked together at Vespaio forever.
Wow.
I mean, the year Lux was born, he went over and opened Enoteca. He was
Oh
one
my
of
gosh. Well, that place
along
was-
with Jesse Griffiths from Die Due. I mean, it was, when you look back on the people that went through that building and started their own things, it's insane.
Jesse worked at Vespaio.
Yeah. I mean, some really amazing, hardworking. I mean, if you look at Rochelle at the Cavalier, and now she's got the great sausage place on the corner by Thai Fresh down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great place. Just any number of restaurants and people in the industry who took out of there. So, but as far as Nate's Baked, we thought, oh, a little bakery and a coffee shop. And I thought, oh, it needs to ring this a day. And I think, and that's the other thing about it, is anybody opening their own place, I think it's not going to be eventually what it becomes, and you need to be okay with that. Like, I thought, oh, the day it opens, that's it. That's all it is. It has to be perfect. And that idea
Oh man.
is so, just do not ever trick yourself into thinking it's going to look anything like that. I mean, yeah, the core, sure, the core items and the core thing that you want to do, which is a big picture thing. It's make people happy, you know, and make people happy every day and serve good stuff and keep great standards and keep it clean and have fun, you know, because if the staff and everybody that works there, if you're not having fun, nobody that walks in the door is having fun.
sure.
And that is something I learned at Vespio. Like, we, as a staff, people wanted to go there to kind of get close to the staff. And we were very aware that we were just awesome at what we were doing. We were cool. Everybody knew we were going to go out drinking and have a good time after. They kind of knew that we were talking about them. They kind of knew that we recognized them, or if we didn't recognize
That is
them.
amazing.
We were kind of snotty, like we're the coolest staff in town.
Yeah.
What, you know,
Yeah.
and I think that sent vibrations and messages to the people that came in there, and it was an attractive thing to be. And I not that we're like that at all at Nate's, but we like each other and we
Yes.
like working together
Yes.
and we have fun, and that feels good to guests. It just does. And they're like, what are you talking about? What's so funny? What are you doing? What's going on? And that they know our names. One of our baristas, Blaine, I don't
love
she
her.
it's Blaine.
I love that girl.
She's leaving. She's taking a job at Lux's first Montessori school. She's going to be amazing.
teacher?
Full-time job. She's going to be an assistant guide in a classroom
Oh,
there.
that's good job.
But the number of people that are like, oh my God, Blaine's leaving. I mean, just from the guest point of view, they are
Me,
like,
I didn't know that till just now. That's
yeah,
a real big bummer.
yeah, no, she's going to be a big loss because of just who she is and her personality. And people are going to miss seeing Blaine, including myself. I'm going to miss
Yes.
seeing her every
Yeah.
day. So that's what matters. That's what makes it worth it. That's what makes it last. I think that's what makes it what it is. It is not. It is not the potato starch versus the almond flour and the cinnamon roll. It is that stuff.
For sure. I mean, you can see it even with these massive businesses, with Starbucks doing the push to like write on the cups again, because people don't just want to be another ticket order.
Yeah.
And then here's your latte, get out of here.
You know, I
what I
have
mean?
started to notice that.
Yeah, people want to be in community, especially first thing in the morning when you're getting your coffee. Fun fact about all three of us and our sisters, we've all been baristas, which is actually kind of cute of us to do that. But when I was doing it in college, I worked at this place in Fort Worth. I loved seeing the same people every single morning. I liked remembering the first person I was going to see every day was the ballet professor, and he was going to have a cappuccino and a croissant, and he was going to walk in exactly at 6:02.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about what he was going to teach the class today.
Yeah.
And that's a very special position to be in.
I mean, Lauren, like if Lauren doesn't come over a few days in a row.
Cold brew with the chai.
Yeah, she does. I don't see her or a couple of them. I mean, a lot of them I have in my phone. I'm like, did you fall over in your apartment? Should I come over?
Yeah.
I mean, she texted me one day. She got too close to a pole in her parking garage. She asked me to come back her car out for her because she couldn't get her car backed out. I mean, I'll text over there if Amazon delivers after we're closed. I text Tom. I'm like, go over and pull in my Amazon package. I'll give you the door code. I'll get your brisket frittata in the morning. I mean,
That's so cool.
those are things that just, they are fully and completely invested. And that kind of behavior and relationship stuff that's how I do it. I'm not doing it another way. And either I'm not doing it or I'm going to do it that way.
I like that approach. I think it's cool when
It's just
you
me,
decide how
like-
you want to. Yeah, you're just you.
Yeah.
And you decide how you want to do it.
Yeah.
And like, if it doesn't work, okay, but at
Yeah,
least
if it
I'm
doesn't
doing
work, I don't care.
Right.
But I mean, and there are guests that I see every day that I'm like, like trying, like this one, I won't even say his name, but he comes and he's just like, and I'm like, hey, well, how's your fantasy football team? Like, blah, blah, and I just make a fool of myself. And he's like, yeah, I don't want the hot sauce. It's okay, but at least I try, like I'm trying with you.
Yeah.
But
But he comes in every day.
Kinda.
So he like
So
kind
it's
of likes
working.
it.
In that case, it's probably just the breakfast sandwich. It's got nothing
Which
to
is
do with
iconic.
Which is
Or-
very good.
It is.
So
It's
good.
quite
Very,
good.
very
I've
good.
never seen anything like that somewhere else. Like
No.
a sandwich made out of frittata.
Well, and I will say that was not our idea at all.
Okay.
We sold the super buns individually, and we sold the frittatas. And our first barista was Selena. She had this wildly stoner boyfriend who would come in all the time, and she said, "Can I make something for my boyfriend?" I'm like, "Well, nobody's in here anyway. Be my guest." She did that. She was like, "You need a breakfast sandwich," and she put the pimento down. She put the thing, and I mean that was not us. That was her. And
That's
I mean,
crazy.
no,
That's
that's our
like a
top
huge
selling
reason.
thing.
I was gonna
Such
say,
a- oh my gosh, it's
People come in there,
amazing.
don't get coffee, don't
Just
get a
get the
baked good,
breakfast
and
sandwiches.
just get a breakfast
Oh no,
sandwich.
we would not be doing what we're doing without the breakfast sandwich. So that's all Selena.
That's very
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
How often do you get to
about
be
that?
creative and get to have like new things like that come in? Because obviously the breakfast bar is new.
Well, the
Breakfast bar is
Thanksgiving
new.
menu.
I mean,
Oh my god.
I think a lot of it too is like what doesn't work. Like we used to have all that prepared food in the case, in the
Yeah.
cold case, all that. None of that sold. That I've completely scaled all that back. People are not like grocery shop during pandemic for sure. People just so we just what I'm really and I've had a number of people who are more business wise than I am come in and say, you have way too many items. And I get that. Like I see that. And we did add and add and add during pandemic because my motto for that, I mean, we had to fire 11 people and shut down 3 little corporate shops that we had and just bring it all back to the down there on Orchard. And my motto for getting through all of that, because we had no idea what was going on, was let's just look busy. Let's just, if we act busy and we keep busy and we look busy, maybe we will be busy. But just standing around staring, waiting for things to happen or wondering what's going to happen is going to kill us all. So we're not doing that. So like we added the ham and Swiss biscuit, we added the Freddy, we added all of these different things then. The BLT, the chicken salad sandwich, like all these menu items came up because we were like, why not? And now I think the menu probably, any business person would be like, take your top 10 selling items and just ditch the rest. I get that. Also, like, I have ham, I have Swiss, I have a biscuit. I'm making the ham and Swiss
anyways.
biscuit, like I'm not
Yeah.
losing that. So, but I've been in the last year more willing to pull things off that aren't selling on the daily and like pushing them toward weekend specials. Sadly enough, the ham and Swiss Danish, the most beautiful thing, so expensive to make. It's got ham, it's got Swiss, it's got about 14 pounds of butter, French butter in it.
Perfect, delicious.
And when those just don't sell over and over and over, I just stopped it. I'm like, we're not doing that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're going to make 40 of them and we're going to sell them those 3 days. And I'll tell you what, it works.
I was gonna say, does it make it more almost enticing because people are like, oh,
Yep.
I can only get it on the weekend.
Yep,
The
it
scarcity
does.
thing does work.
It does work. And
really does.
the people I know that get it every day, Claudia, I mean, Sean, like those guys, I just had to be like, sorry.
Sorry.
And or if you text me, I will make sure, you can have this,
Yeah.
No, just text me. I'll get you whatever
How
you
many
need.
texts do you get from random numbers? Or do you
Well,
have
it's on the
them saved?
website. So on a
That's yours.
yes. Text orders, that's me. But then I can be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And then if I scroll up, because they did it
Yeah.
before for their coconut ice latte, I'm like, what's up, Arden? Like, hey, how's your day? It's just, so what? Like,
But,
it's
like,
one
that's,
more
like,
text.
So organic
it.
and it's so you,
I
and
love
it's perfect. You know what? By the way, I said this to her earlier today too. I love that it's called Nate's Baked Goods.
Yeah.
Simple,
Yeah.
classy,
Yeah.
to the point. Because
Well,
everything now is like so like sexy and over engineered. It's like it's a coffee. I want like my coffee and my biscuit.
Yeah.
From
yeah.
Nate's Baked
From Nate's
Goods.
Baked
Thank
Nate's, yeah,
you.
exactly. Well, the joke was Nate's Baked.
Yeah.
Goods and coffee. Because I thought it would be really funny to answer the phone and say, Nate's Baked, And
you do.
I do. And we do. We do. And I make them. There's only a few things I make them do language-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nate's Baked is one of them.
Nate's Baked. And I just think
love
it's
it.
funny. And, but It has kind of rolled, but just super simple, you know.
So simple.
Yeah,
And it
it's
speaks
good.
for itself.
It's so funny. I didn't
Yeah.
even put that together,
Yeah.
but
Neither did my mom. Yeah, which I was like, we can take this joke as far until my mom is like, what is that?
you were like, it's just a play on words.
Forget
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Why is the goods
Never
and
mind.
coffee under Nate's baked? I'm like, don't even worry about it.
We have one question we ask all of our guests.
Oh yeah.
Okay. If you could pick anyone to play you in the biopic of your life, who would it be?
Yeah.
It can be for any reason too.
Can they be age inappropriate?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
Whatever you
Well,
want.
Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Okay, that was so good.
I mean, come on, Elaine. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was so fast.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I love that answer.
No, she's the best. Like, because I kind of want to be her.
Okay.
So then she could just be me for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can trade.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, she's the funniest and the best.
That's so
And her
good.
hair, I mean, come on.
You with your new cut. It's gonna
Yeah.
be
Can't
perfect.
wait.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
So
perfect.
good.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming. This was
What a
maybe we'll
great
do the next
room.
one at the shop.
Yeah. Yeah. And we could eat some food and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
And I can make you all anything
All
you
the
want.
things.
We'll see you
Yeah,
there.
That
Love
sounds
it.
good.
Great.